Hello and welcome back to episode 19 of Unknown to World Known Club 7. We're back once again with Bayern Munich for the final two games of the season, and it's looking like we may have bottled it. So since you were last with us, we dropped points in the first game after the semi-final loss to Leipzig. Really disappointing result because we were all over them, and then we edged past Hoffenheim 1-0. But that does mean Hertha Berlin are now 2 points ahead of us. We need them to drop points in order for us to get back to the top of the table. And Werder Bremen and who is the other one they play? Stuttgart. Doesn't fill me with hope. Does not fill me with hope. But let's go and see if we can find our way through the back door and steal the title, starting off with the game against I've had a game against Freiburg. So the lineup to try and make sure we do what we can to stay in the fight. We've got Katenje in goal, a back four of Bakari, Fran, Trent, Henrique, and then Vrank sat in front of the back two. In front of them is Grundman and Kolev. Pedri up front, in the number 10. Lambermont and Benz up front. Olner was not quite fully match fit today. He has been improving recently, but if he's not fit, then he's not going to play. And he's not quite there. He's on the bench, but he's just not ready to start. And Ozturk has found his way one-on-one with Fran. But Fran just forced him wide, and then he wasn't able to get his shot on target. Obviously, we're going to be keeping a close eye on the game between Hertha Berlin and Werder Bremen as well. Grundman and Benz exchange the ball. It's back down to Henrique on the left-hand side, who drills it in, and Grundman has somehow had the shot blocked. He beat the keeper, but defender had the keeper covered. Pedri with the cross. Fran was in there, but it's headed away. And that looked like Vrank was a little bit asleep there to the man behind him. But we're going to encourage them. Still 0-0 in both games as it stands. And there we go. Hertha Berlin are 1-0 up. And now lots of pressure on us to do our part. And we need to try and get the win so we can at least go to the last day. Trent picks up the ball as it's cleared, sends it inside to Pedri, who goes back to Kolev, who plays Henrique in on the left-hand side. Chance for a cross here, maybe. Sends it in. Grundman puts it in at the near post and makes it 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Which means we are making sure we do our part as it stands. We just need Werder Bremen to turn it around in their game, which would be a lovely favour from them for us. As we approach half-time, Bakari misses a header, but Vrank has then given Freiburg a great chance, and Katenje forced into a save, and that just came from a little bit of laziness from Vrank. Hertha Berlin are now 2-0 up, so that's looking like it may well be dead and buried already. As Katenje makes an easy save. We're going to bring Vrank off at half-time. He has been very close to playing us into trouble at least 2 times, and he's nervous, so we're just going to send Morin on in his place and see if that'll improve a bit of the solidity of the team. Ball goes in and is headed away. Grundman plays it back to Kolev, and now we're back on the ball. Bakari, Morin plays it back to Alexander-Arnold, who finds Kolev, who sends it down the wing for Lambermont. He's got men in the box, and Benz is one of the men in the box and makes it 2-0. It is, of course, important that we can, as I say this, it's 3-0 in Berlin. We need to do our best to keep the goal difference the same, because if they do draw the final game, we need to not only win, but we need to make up that goal difference as well. We're actually going to bring Pedri off because I think we should be able to see this game out now. And what I would hope is that we can see this game out without Pedri so that he can come in fully rested for the final game of the season. Benz has picked up the ball as it's cleared, tries to find Lambermont but doesn't quite manage to do so. We're going to just drop down to positive because we want to make sure that we don't drop any silly points in this game. Henrique finds Sevdet, who has come on for Pedri, who's going to go on a bit of a run through the middle. Goes for goal from range. Probably should have been looking at Lambermont, if I'm being honest. But Werder Bremen have been swept aside in the game down in Berlin. We're going to send Rao on for Henrique with the last 10 minutes to go. Lambermont with a chance to go forward here. He's got Benz with him. And he's instead gone for goal and sent it well wide. So, cheers for that. And it looks like this is going to be ending 2-0 most likely. Rao intercepts a pass there, finds Lambermont, who takes on his man, and he's going to go all the way. Lambermont, surely no. Surely you need to be scoring that, unfortunately, Lambermont. And he's now going to go and take the corner. Sends it towards the near post. Bakari heads just over. I do wonder how many goals we've scored from corners, because we have had quite a few when we've aimed at that near post. That is going to be full time, a 2-0 win. We come out on top, but as you would have seen, so did Hertha Berlin. Which means going into the final day, we need a miracle from Stuttgart, who, let's be honest, have got nothing to play for. But we need them to pull something out of the bag against Hertha Berlin. I don't see it happening. I think that might be end of the title race, unfortunately. But let's go and make sure we do our part. And we're back on title deciding Saturday, the 14th of May, 2033. We've made just two changes to the lineup. Grau is going to be the holding midfielder instead of Frank, who I think has really struggled there. And Orner comes in for Benz now that he's back to full fitness. We are relying on Stuttgart to pull something off in their game. That's on us for... We dropped the ball in our game against Leipzig. So it's out of our hands, unfortunately. But let's make sure we do our part. And that's all I can really ask for from the team today. If we can get a win in our game, then, you know, there's nothing else in my control. And let's hope we can do that. Although early on, Köln have been, it's been all Köln in the in the stats. Although highlights haven't displayed anything, we get the first highlight as Alexander Arnold exchanges with Kolev, trying to find a way down the right hand side. Grau switches it across to Henrique, who gets tackled in the box, and the ball ends up with the goalkeeper. And a bit of a dodgy kick, but it ends up with Hubbard for them. And we're trying to nick the ball back as quickly as possible. Balanta now on the left-hand side gets the ball in, and Henrique just about able to clear that away. But it's back down the right-hand side now, and the ball's drilled in, and Kolev has committed a foul. And there's the possibility there that Kolev has just thrown away the title. It's a penalty for Köln. And Funke steps up and scores. Well, we've got to go attacking then. There's no point in doing anything but that. Because I can't believe we're going to bottle this. It was in our hands. We were so comfortable, and we're just going to absolutely bottle it. We've had 3 shots in the... Honestly. It's so pathetic, the way... Stuttgart are winning. Stuttgart are winning, and we're going to bottle it on our side. Grau plays it back to Bakari, who tries to find space down the right-hand side and just hands it to them. They play through Funke, and Kitenge thankfully makes a save. Hertha Berlin are now back on level terms. We still behind, despite how much earlier we went behind. We have absolutely bottled the title. I mean, look at this. We're not even getting shots. Just do something. Do anything. Just... no. Hertha Berlin are now winning. We've completely bottled it. This is absolutely horrendous. We're just not even threatening. And now Pedri trying to break down the right-hand side. He's got men with him. He's got Lambermont inside, who makes it 1-1. It's probably too little too late, especially given that Hertha Berlin are already winning. They know the pressure's on us to... I mean, it's not even... The pressure's not even on us, really, is it? It's been taken off us because what we do doesn't matter now. That's outside the area. Get over it. You're going to go and review the footage. Let's make a change while they do so. Let's bring Henrique off because he's knackered. I'm absolutely in disbelief that we've bottled this in such a horrendous manner. And if Hertha Berlin concede a late goal, I'm going to be fuming. It doesn't look like they have done. We've absolutely bottled the title. It was in our hands, and we've dropped points in such stupid games. Hertha Berlin won today, so at least us messing up today didn't cost us the title. But you know, we lost to Hertha Berlin. That in itself was bad enough. We lost to Gladbach and Leipzig. Leipzig have cost us the title, basically. That loss to Augsburg, what was that about? And then that draw with Köln. Well, it looks like we're here for another year. Let's go and do a season review, and then we'll be back tomorrow for the new season. Here we are for season review 2032-33. It's been a disappointing year where we've been close to lots of things and bottled a lot of them. Transfers in, they're fine with Hoffman, they're fine with Alexander-Arnold, they're really happy with Kitenge, they're fine with Lambermont, they're very happy with Fran, they're okay with Nisembene, very happy with Grundman, fine with Rao, they're quite happy with Modinger, and they're very happy with Ecken. Going out, they are fine with Vieira. They're disappointed with Nonto, but he wasn't going to fit the system. There's quite a few that they weren't happy with me selling, if I'm being honest. But I felt like I needed a overhaul, so that's what I did anyway. Season results then. We were expected to qualify for the Champions League, and we have done so. At one point, we looked like serious title contenders. We did until the final day. What are you on about? Lambermont with 18 goals. We're going to need more from him next year if we're going to win the title. Champions League, they're very disappointed with, but they understand why we got knocked out. And they're disappointed in the German Cup, but again, they understand with the team that we played. Moments to remember, so our biggest win was a 5-1 win against Hoffenheim. Match to remember was the 5-2 against PSG. And the goal of the season going to Kolev, which I think I might know which goal this is. But let's go and have a look at it. So, we had Demir on the ball here. Yeah, and that volley was... I think I said at the time, that's going to be goal of the season. And I'm proven right, which is very nice to see. Finance-wise, we've had a bit more sponsorship. Everything else down. Broadcast revenue dropping a lot again. I don't understand what's happening there. Corporate hospitality down a bit. Competition prize money down. That's probably due to getting knocked out in the first knockout round of the Champions League. But we'd still make a lot in our shirt sales. Demir, Grundman, Pedri, Kitenge and Lambermont being the top ones. How I lined up. Let's have a look what it's got. Morin, really? Look at the appearances. Are you sure? Grundman, Kolev, Pedri. The rest of it is fair. I just can't understand why Morin is in here. That's an odd one. Accolades, nothing for me. So fans player of the year was Pedri. Bakari was the young player of the season. Sign of the season going to Kitenge. Goal of the season, as you saw, to Kolev. Top goal scorer was Lambermont. 25 goals in all competitions. Pedri with 14 assists. Most man of the matches. Highest average rating. And also most passes completed per 90 minutes. Morin with 44. Okay, that's barely any. What are you on about? Kolev with 24 yellow cards this year. So that's it for season review. Nothing to really talk about because we didn't win anything. The usual stuff there. Team meeting. What we'll do is we'll just tell you we've got £220 million to spend over the summer. I'm not going to be going crazy like I did last year, but I am certainly going to be spending. What I want is a better support striker for Lambermont, if possible. Benz is doing well, but I feel like he needs to be more of the rotation option. I need a new holding midfielder, somebody who can really lock down that position as theirs. And then that would probably be me quite satisfied if I can bring those two things in, a better support striker and a new holding midfielder. I'll be happy after that. Let me know what you think I should be looking to sign by commenting down below. Hit like as well if you are enjoying the series. Subscribe. It's all greatly appreciated, as is any feedback that you leave in the comments. Let me know what you want to see. And it looks like we're with Bayern Munich for one more year. Let's make sure next year it's the year we win it all. Thank you very much for watching.